Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Vets Park, Hastings, Minnesota, home of Hastings baseball. Tonight we've got a VFW, American Legion, Substate matchup going between the Hastings Raiders, Post 47, and Farmington. 7 o'clock start for this game. Hastings got the 1 seed in this region. I believe that Farmington was the 4 seed and beat the 5 seed yesterday to advance to this game. Double elimination tournament to see who goes to the state tournament. Do you know where that is this year, Derek?
New Ulm.
New Ulm,
down in New Ulm.
Okay, down in New Ulm. And joining me is Derek Simon, going to be giving a little bit of color commentary here. Knows a lot of these kids, as we've got Hendrickson getting the start tonight for the Raiders. Brady Hendrickson, number 2. Just
made
finished
a change.
sophomore.
Yeah, sorry, Giant. It made a change this summer. Brady's been getting more starts, and Drew Gillespie's been relieving more. They kind of flipped roles.
Hendrickson's first pitch is going to be to Hunter Cranor, the second baseman for Farmington. Pumps a strike in to start the game. 0-1 delivery is down in the dirt, 1-1. 2 umpires for this game. And there's a strike across, 1-2. Yep, 1 behind the plate, 1 in the normal first base position. We'll move around the infield as players get on base depending on the situation. 1-2 to Cranor. Good breaking ball over the inside corner. Strike 3 looking good start for Hendrickson.
Hendrickson locates really well. He pitches a lot like Zach does, and the fact that he's not overpowering, but he has a great off-speed pitch. He can throw for strikes in any count. And right there he shows you that, retiring in the first batter.
Yep, completely locking up the number 1 hitter and getting the first out of the game in the books. Cooper Voth, the DH, is going to step up. Right-handed hitter, number 8, takes a strike. And that paints the outside corner 0-2. So
I will say another thing, too. You have Gunnar Skove behind the plate, and I know as far as my son goes, rarely, if ever, will call off Gunnar when he calls a pitch. Whatever Gunnar puts down, he pretty much goes with. And very smart catcher, very good behind the plate.
It's kind of the engine that drives the defense out there. A lot of people say is that's dribbled foul up the third baseline. It's kind of where it all starts. So Raiders lucky to have a good one back there this year. A pretty good season. Was hurt a little bit in the middle of the year.
Yes, he was, and it was a little bit of a drop-off to Kevin, but having Kevin as a backup catcher is just...
Swing and a miss. Looked like he pulled the string on him again and gets his second straight strikeout of the first.
Getting back to that point, yeah, Kevin is a great backup catcher to have around, and he filled in very well. But, yeah, Gunnar is a special catcher.
This is going to be Jackson Leopold, the third baseman, stepping in after Hendrickson gets 2 straight strikeouts to start the game. Get a little bit of the Raiders' defensive alignment. Around the outfield, it's going to be Werner in right, McKnight in center, McVicker in left. As that pitch misses outside, ball 1. And managed to hold his swing there, 2-1. That's fouled straight back, 2-2. That's going to be fouled back over the backstop.
And being that we're doing a Legion game on the Hawks broadcast, we should mention that 3 of these guys in the lineup tonight have signed and played with the Hawks already.
Drops that off-speed in there on the inside corner again. Strike 3, and Hendrickson strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. We call that a Snapper mow him down, inning back in the old days. We're through an inning, scoreless. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to come back at you for the bottom of the first inning. And on the hill is Andy Holmes. Andy Holmes, lefty going for Farmington.
Getting back to my point, I guess, before we left, that we got Cole Werner, Colton McKnight, and Gunnar Scove, who've all played town-ball games for the Hawks already for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. A good crop of seniors and junior class coming up next year, and the sophomore class. I know everybody's very excited about. So, should be.
Well, and two seniors, Scove and Zach are juniors, and then Cooper Pagel's a sophomore who's been playing for the Hawks as well.
So here comes Hendrickson, struck out the side in order in the top of the first. Now he will step to the plate. And that is in for a strike on the inside corner from Holmes.
Of course, Brady played shortstop most of the year for the high school team and led off, so he's used to this spot in the order. Usually takes really good at bats. Good, nice guy to have in the top of the lineup.
Is just misses outside, 2-1. Catcher tries to frame it, but ump doesn't bite. That's fouled back and over the backstop, 2-2. Got to get used to that ping of a composite bat. Used to listen to the crack of the wood up here doing Hawks games. Just a little bit of a different sound.
Sure is, and
swing and a miss, strike 3.
we haven't seen anybody put the ball in play yet here so far. 4 strikeouts to start the game. Speaking of the Hawks, they're down in Owatonna tonight, and if the guys get any free time, I'm not sure how many are down there tonight. They may try to update us throughout the night. That would be wonderful.
Absolutely, we'll throw that info out for you as we get it, if we get it. So Niederkorn, second baseman, is going to step up into the left-handed batter's box. We'll get a lefty-lefty matchup with the pitcher Holmes and take strike 1.
Raiders a lot of left-handed hitters too. Usually most of the middle of the order is left-handed.
And that is up in the air to center field. Looks like it's being measured out there. It is 2 away. Nathan Urbach out in center.
Your next batter, the catcher, number 4, Gunnar Scove.
So that's going to bring the aforementioned Scove to the plate, the catching tonight and batting in the 3-hole. Not a ton of times you see your batting 1 and 3 in the lineup for offense. But,
no, you don't.
And Scove takes a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
Real good contact hitter, Gunnar is. He'll put the ball in play often.
That's popped up to short outfield, It's going to be the shortstop reaching up and over and putting it away, and both teams go quietly in the first inning. 1, 2, 3. We're through one complete scoreless ball game. We'll be back with you in a second.
All right, broadcast is rolling. We have friends and family that can't be here. HastingsHawks.com. On the broadcast tab, right at the top of the page is a link to the YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can search Hastings Hawks Official. Bring up the broadcast for you. Also, thanks to Hastings Hawks and their Queen of Hastings, we are going to give out some Dairy Queen coupons. We'll do it a little bit different this time. The first 10 foul balls that are brought back to the concession stand or that get out of play, the first 10 are going to get a coupon for a Queen's Hot Blizzard from Dairy Queen. The kids, I want you to share. If you've already got one, give the ball to some other kids to get one. The first 10 that make it back to concession get a certificate for Dairy Queen.
Top of 2, Logan Vergen, the left fielder, takes a pitch down and in, ball 1. And just a little nubber at the plate, bounces back over Scove's head. That'll be foul for strike 1. Up in the air to center field and hit well. Tracking it backwards and putting it away for the first out is McKnight out there in center field.
One of the big improvements this year, I think, with the Raiders was that outfield play was very good this year.
Yeah, batter did give it a poke, but good job by McKnight tracking that down for out number 1.
And we're not playing with wood bats tonight, but this is still a big baseball field for even the guys here in Legion. 393 to center,
Yep.
335 down the lines. We do have it up 380 in the power alleys.
The power alleys are what's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That is on the ground, and shortstop, he does get to the ball, but is going to have no chance to make a play. That's Horton over there at short.
Yeah, nice play by Horton. No chance for the batter to advance past first base. And with one away, Farmington gets the first base runner.
So 1 out single bring up Cody Carlson, right fielder, number 29 for Farmington. That is tapped foul up the first baseline. Vile over there to get it, holding the runner on, of course, at first base.
Austin's done a nice job over there this year, too. I think he's really improved over the last few years over at first base and kind of settled in nicely there.
When you have a defense where you can depend on most of the people out there, that just, gives you a chance every night, honestly. If you don't, then that one is hit sharply down to third, over to second for 1, turn, double play.
And to your point, Peyton Persky took over about a third of the way through the high school season, took over that third base job, and you see why right there. Fielded the ball perfectly, perfect throw over to second, big double play, and We're through 1.5 with the game scoreless.
Yep, Persky to Niederkorn to Weil ends the inning. We're through 1.5, 0-0.
Gatorade water.
All right, bottom two, McKnight going to lead things off. As you said, Derek, another lefty-lefty matchup. Ball one outside McKnight. That's up and away again. Two-0 is on the ground to first base, and it's going to go through the legs of the first baseman, and the Hawks will have a base runner. It's going to be an E3 on the board. McKnight will get the Raiders a leadoff runner.
Your next batter, number 5, third baseman Peyton Persky.
Peyton Persky going to step in.
And Persky started getting some playing time when we were over, I think it was Tartan. He came in and made a couple of big plays and a big hit, and he kind of took over the spot ever since that game up there. And he's done a real nice job.
Yeah, earlier in the season when I was paying attention to the varsity games, it did seem that there were some struggles at third base occasionally on the defensive side. So good to see he's taken that opportunity and played himself into the starting lineup as a swing and a miss. 0-2, just started that nice double play to end the top of the second inning.
Also played a little bit of running back last year for the football team.
They'll be getting ready to crank up probably about the time the Legion State tournament ends. That is on the ground to shortstop, over to second for one. The turn is not in time. Persky beats it down the line. Will reach on a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the putout. McKnight is retired for out number one.
Now batting, left fielder, number 22, Xander McVicker.
Xander McVicker, 22, stepping in. Another lefty against the lefty Holmes. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
It's funny how many lefties we have, but then you look at the bench and we have some more lefties that aren't starting tonight as well. So if you wanted more of a right-handed lineup, it'd almost be hard to do.
And chopped foul at the plate, strike two. Well, I think at this level you just put your best lineup you can put out there and trust them to, do what they've been doing all season long.
You have Riker Ackley and Charlie Myers, a few other guys on the bench that are righties, but Grant Johnson, Zach, some of the other guys on the bench tonight, lefties as well. I thought I was being smart having all my kids that are right-handed, bat left-handed. And
now it's kind of become the thing to do. You started a trend. That is grounded up the middle and going to be through for a base hit. Kind of right between the pitcher's feet almost, and shortstop makes a diving attempt at it, but cannot come up with it. So McVicker has the first hit of the game for the Raiders.
It's going to be hard all night.
It's going to be hard to not say. It's going to be hard to not say Hawks. Yeah, I've been calling their games all summer, so excuse me. I guarantee I'm going to do it at least once or twice.
Right fielder number 13, Cole Warner.
Cole steps in. Cole had, I think, 4 home runs for the varsity team this year. Has a powerful bat. And more impressive to me than the 4 home runs was that ringing double he had off of Keith Myers in the Tom Ball.
Ooh, he smoked that baby on the 4th of July. One of the few well-hit balls for the Hawks in that one. His first pitch is high to Warner, starting off ahead 1-0. That one's going to get popped foul and get over the press box.
People that don't know, Keith's in his 40s now, but played AAA baseball for the Dodgers, so very capable pitcher. And if you can hit a ringing double off of him, that's pretty cool.
Impressive for a guy that's, that is rolled to the right side. Diving play by the first baseman. He managed to get it over to first base to retire Werner, I believe. Yes, he did. He did get Werner. Nice play by the first baseman. That is Kiefer over there. Made a diving stop and over to his pitcher covering to get Werner just by a step. Both runners will move up, but big out for Farmington.
And made up for his error there. Absolutely beautiful play there.
So it's going to be up to Horton to try to get the Raiders on the board. And he pops the first pitch foul and going to get just over the fence out of play. First baseman over there for a look. A lot of foul territory here at Vets in pretty much every direction, wide of the bases, and decent amount behind home plate as well. Probably more than average everywhere.
Not only is it a problem if you throw over to first and throw wide, that ball kicks down that fence quite a ways usually. And
at younger levels than this, that's usually always the runner is going to be on third base if it's anybody with any speed whatsoever.
See if it comes into play here tonight or not.
1-1 to Horton is in tight, 2-1.
Now Joey, another guy who's going to be a junior who was kind of your backup middle infielder for the varsity team this year. Got a pretty good bat as in his own right.
That is popped foul, and once again just gets over the fence by about a foot. First baseman over there making a hustle play, actually got up on the fence to try to reach for it, but just a little bit out of his grasp. So 2-2, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Hastings has runners on second and third and looking for the first run of the ball game. That's away, 3-2.
Use that bats are big too with all these pitches thrown. It's not town ball. There's pitch limits, for.
Oh, sure.
They can't throw 150 or anything.
That's popped up into short right field. It's going to be the right fielder coming in, Carlson, calling everybody off and catching that for the third out. Hastings gets a couple of runners in scoring position but cannot push them across. We're through 2, scoreless ball game. Okay, top three, scoreless ball game. Jacob Kiefer takes a pitch down and away. As Hendrickson has faced the minimum through two, did allow a single, but quickly erased on a double play to end the second inning. That one is on the ground and past the shortstop Horton into left field for a base hit. Sharp liner. Horton kind of took him a second to react to it, and by the time he did, he tried to reach across his body, but that ball was hit hard.
Yeah, base hit leading off the inning here. Now we'll see if Farmington is in the mood to try to steal a bag off a Scove or not here.
It is the bottom of their lineup, 8 and 9 hitters up, so we'll see if they lay down a bunt, or like to your point, Derek, sensibly, they do bunt. It is down. Hendrickson has it himself across to, I believe that was Niederkorn covering first base, so it's going to be 1-4 on the sacrifice bunt. Kiefer to second.
Good call. Austin was charging from first, and then, your standard play there is then your second baseman covers, so 1-4 is correct. One away with the runner on second now. So Farmington does have a runner in scoring position.
This is going to be Gio Van Grinsven, the catcher, batting in the 9-hole. Cutting a miss, strike one.
Yeah, the hard part is when you do something wrong here, and then play still continues, you got to figure out, that's why I keep.
And cutting a miss and an off-speed, 0-2.
A little slower breaking ball in there that time from Brady, and he had him out on his front foot. Way up 0-2 here. We'll see if he's going to come with something else or if he wants to go with a high fastball. Maybe he'll try to bury one up high.
He does try to come up, but gets a little bit too far up, and batter is able to hold 1-2. That's a little nibber out towards third base. Scoop and throw across. Gets the second out. Another good play by Persky over there. It's not an easy play, just a really slow chopper. He had to charge pretty hard and had to hurry. But gets that second out and also keeps the runner at second base.
Exactly right. And, a single's probably still going to score him from second, but takes the wild pitch or pass ball or anything like that out of play to get Farmington a run.
He's going to turn it over to Hunter Craner, who struck out looking to start the game. Takes a good pitch on the outside corner there for strike one. Drops that breaking pitch in again, strike two.
Came over on the other side of the plate here, got the strike, and again, like I said, he can attack the strike zone, Brady can. Now he's way up 0-2 again. And
yeah, if you can throw that pitch for strikes, it's going to make batters really have to think if you can get into a thinking game with them. And that one is up high. It ticks off Scove's glove, but not far enough for the runner to advance.
Well, you know what they say, if you have a curveball, you kind of have to have two curveballs, right? You have the one you can throw for a strike and the other one you want to bury down that they can't hit.
Absolutely.
It's a strikeout pitch.
For sure. And there's the one he throws for a strike as he freezes up Craner for the second time tonight. That is his fourth strikeout of the game for Hendrickson, and 3 scoreless innings in the books for Brady. We're through 2.5 scoreless ball game. We'll be right back.
Hendrickson, now batting number 27, first baseman Austin Vile.
Okay, bottom three, Austin Vile going to start things off for Hastings. Righty stepping in, chops that first pitch to third base, waits back on it, takes it on the second hop, still has enough time to throw across and get Vile one away.
So one quick out here. Austin, generally patient hitter, but saw a pitch he liked there, just missed it, and one away, and Hendrickson comes up for his second at bat tonight.
Henderson struck out in the first and fouls this one off to the right. 0-1. Squares to bunt. Pitcher springs on it, throws over to first in time. 2 away. Good idea there, but didn't get it quite far enough away from the pitcher. A little bit too close to the mound and not enough towards the third base. Maybe another foot over, and he might have been on first base there.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea, though, with one strike. They're not expecting it nearly as much as with no strikes on them in the at-bat. And as you said, he just missed putting it where he wanted to put it. So 2 outs here. Brings up Niederkorn.
Niederkorn 0 for 1. Takes the pitch down away for a ball. And that's up high. 2-0. Holmes, a bit of a tall, rangy looking lefty. Got it, looks like kind of long arms and legs there. A lot of kind of moving parts coming at you when you're batting.
Yeah, it's like kid has just very, very long legs, right? Doesn't look like he even has a torso hardly at all. He's just all arms and legs, as you say, and it gives you a different look when you're at the plate. Looks like he's kind of on top of you.
Down 3-0 now though to Niederkorn, and 4-pitch walk. Holmes have been around the plate pretty well, but Niederkorn takes a 4-pitch walk. Last couple of them were close, couple of them weren't.
Yeah, and now with 2 outs, do you move Niederkorn? Because Scove's a 3-hitter, but he's also played a lot of leadoff in his days. And might not be a horrible idea here to maybe try to get him in scoring position. And if he's thrown out, Gunner, like I say, used to be a leadoff hitter for many years, could lead off your next inning.
It does go here and hit sharply into right field, but it's going to be right at Carlson for the third out of the inning. So 2 out base runner for the Raiders. Can't move him any farther than that. We're through 3 complete scoreless ball game. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Top four. We're cruising along, approaching halfway in this game already. And pitchers duel so far as Hendrickson will step out there to begin his fourth inning of work with a strike. That's tapped foul.
Yeah, not only are Brady's getting a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of soft hits. Should say soft contact. Just that one solid hit past Horton at short so far.
Yeah, really the only really well hit ball against him.
Yep.
0-2, strike three called.
He is definitely fooling the hitters with that off speed, and
Your next batter, third baseman.
not sure what that
49,
conversation was. Probably something to the effect that he thought was, obviously inside, but just kind of locked him up there and gets
Pretty
another
much.
strikeout.
Yep, fifth strikeout of the game, fourth looking. As Jackson Leopold will come up to the plate, and he cracks one solidly into right center field for a base hit. Turning and trying for second on the play, and is going to be in there with a hustle double.
He got out of the box and was down there in a hurry because the guys got over there, fielded it, and threw it almost to the bag, just a little bit to the shortstop side of second, or Horton may have had a chance to make a play on the runner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Nobody dogging it out there at all. It's just really charging hard all the way out of the box, and never slowed down coming around first base with 2 outs. Was looking to get runner in scoring position for his team, and he has done that. It's going to be Logan Vergen taking a strike. And that is down low, 1-1. Oh, swing and a miss, strike two. That one is hit sharply out to right field and run down out there by Werner. Nice play over his shoulder, tracking that one down to probably save a run.
Beautiful play there by Colton. Was pretty decisive on what shoulder he was going to go over, ran back to the ball and made a nice running catch. Farmington now 2 outs and a runner still at second base.
Now batting center fielder, number 35, Nathan Urbach.
So here's Nathan Urbach, the center fielder. 2 down now. And there's that breaking ball right across for strike one. He's been able to do that several times to Farmington hitters tonight.
Yeah, another one in on the inside to the right-hander.
Throw back to second base. Close. Runner just gets his hand back in.
Well, that was a hustle double to begin with, so you want to keep him obviously as close to second as you can. Showing a lot of speed getting out of the box.
Yeah, it did not take him long to get to second, so
Sure didn't.
bluffs him back to the bag. Yeah, try to give your outfielders a chance if this batter should single to somebody. You know what I mean? Keep them as close as you can.
Yeah, and the guys are playing pretty standard straight away, so.
That is on the ground to shortstop. Throw across to first. In time to get the runner. Good job over there by Horton as the runner was running right in front of him. Good concentration to field that ball and throw over to first for the third out. 3.5 down, still scoreless. We'll be right back. bottom 4, Colton McKnight leading things off for Hastings, and takes a strike. And that one is going to catch McKnight on the shoulder, and the Raiders will have a leadoff base runner.
Now batting number 5, third baseman Peyton Persky.
So the coaches have in mind here that, the Hastings coaches love to run, and we haven't had very many base runners so far, but so we haven't really seen it. But we'll see here with the 5-hitter Persky up if they want to stay put or move.
No move from the runner on the first pitch. Pitches way inside and snap throw down to first. McKnight scrambles back to the bag. So it's going to be 1-0. One and 0 is fouled out of play. Get back over our new concession stand, or our expanded concession stand, I should say, really. Thanks to volunteers down there tonight. Let's see, it's Gino and little Jess and Jim and some of our usuals. Throw over, runner is picked off, but the ball is thrown into left field from the first baseman. McKnight was trying to time it. Pitcher threw over to first base. First baseman threw low to the bag. So credit McKnight with a stolen base on that racket. So the Raiders do get a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and McKnight didn't hesitate or anything. He ran all the way hard to second base, put a little pressure on that first baseman to make a good throw.
That's the only way to play it in that situation.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. And that one is hit pretty well out to center field, but it looks like it is being tracked over his shoulder at the line, and McKnight is going to get up to third on the play. So Persky gives it a pretty good ride out to center, but Urbach is able to track it down. However, Hastings does now have a runner at third with only one out for McVicker.
Yeah, boys all came out to smack him on the head there. He did his job, get the runner moved over.
First pitch to McVicker is high and tight, ball 1.
And now being a scoreless game in the 4th inning, they're moving the whole infield in as Farmington.
Wow. Hendrickson has looked good on the mound, no question about that. Might figure it's only going to take maybe 1 or 2 runs to win this thing.
Yeah, that, and I guess with just a base runner on third, you're not giving up too much.
That is true. That is true. No other runners on base. .30 is up high to McVicker, and he will draw a 1-out walk. That's going to put him on the corners. Second free pass this inning. McKnight was hit by a pitch to start all this. Still only 1 hit on the board for the Raiders.
Right fielder 13, Cole Warner.
Yeah, and with as aggressive as the coaches like to be, I would assume at some point in this at-bat, McVicker will be moving, whether it be a steal, delayed steal, or how they want to play it.
And it does have to change up Farmington's defensive alignment a little bit, as now they are having to hold the runner, and they have backed up to double play depth, in the middle at least. That's up high, runner goes, throw is down to third base to chase McKnight back, but Hastings succeeds in getting 2 runners in scoring position now and taking the double play out of order.
And on that play, if you get far enough down the third base line, you can go if the throw goes all the way through, and that's what the Raiders were kind of hoping for there.
Popped up. First baseman over in foul territory, puts it away, and a big out for Farmington. That's going to leave it to Horton with 2 away now. Farmington will be able to relax their defensive alignment and go back. They had pulled in again after McVicker stole second.
Joe was up in a similar spot last time. He had a couple guys on base.
Up high, ball one. Yeah, that was the last opportunity for Hastings back in the second inning. Persky was on third and McVicker was on second that time, and Horton flew out to right. See if he can cash it in this time. Another chance to drive in a couple runs. Takes a strike there, 1-1. And that's inside, 2-1.
Knock on wood, but this strike zone's been pretty good so far here tonight. I feel like it's been pretty fair all the way around.
Yeah, that is popped up in the infield. Second baseman over, he's got it, and Hastings is done in the fourth. They put together a threat, but cannot get one across. Still zeros across through 4. Scoreless ball game. We'll be right back.
Just went over and checked the ice score with Bruce. It looked like we got 43 pitches for Brady through 4 innings, so just over 10 pitches an inning.
Wow, he is really cruising along, as it's going to be Carlson, I believe, who starts things off. Grounded to third base, can't find the handle on it. That's Persky over there, and the Farmington Tigers will have the leadoff runner aboard. E5.
And ball stayed down on Peyton and got through him there. Did not compound his mistake by holding on to it and not throwing it over to first. A lot of times you see younger players try to make a spectacular play and then
you've got to
throw it away.
Especially in this park where, as we said before, you might have a runner on third all of a sudden.
Yep.
And bunt attempt is down, throw over, and it's going to be Niederkorn covering again as Vile was charging in.
Yep, second time now Farmington's laid down a good bunt. Sacrifice bunts, you're not looking for a base hit, just move that runner into scoring position.
So, as you said, Derek, runner is now in scoring position with Owen Boyd up. 0 for 0, he laid down the sacrifice bunt last time. And chops one foul up the third baseline. Strike one. That is nubbed foul, 0-2.
Yeah, 2 good pitches there by Brady, just soft contact on both foul balls. And again, it seems like most of the night he's been up 0-2 on most of these at-bats.
Yeah, working ahead really nicely. Not a lot of deep counts, as you can tell by, what did you say, 40?
I think it was 43 through 4
43
innings.
through 4, yeah, that is really low, as that one is up high, 1-2. 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3.
And then not often you get a lot of strikeouts on the low pitch count either, but he's been able to do both.
Yes, that is number 6 for Brady.
Through 4 2/3 innings.
That's going to bring up Gio Van Grinsven. 0 for 1. 9-hitter for Farmington. This will complete their second tour through the lineup. Hendrickson steps up and bluffs the runner back to second base. Hit well out to left field. Heading back, and it is going to one-hop the fence. One run is going to come home to score. Didn't miss going out by much. I think it landed on the warning track and then off one of the signs out there. So, number 9 hitter Van Greensven comes up in the clutch and puts the first run of the game across. It's a 1-0 Farmington.
Yeah, he got a hold of that one pretty good. It was right out, and I think it bounced off the Jeske family, about the 5th sign in from the line.
I believe you are correct. I believe it was the Jeske sign. Yep. So that's going to turn over the lineup to Craner. First run in for the Tigers. That one's down and away for a ball.
Good stop there by Gunner. Again, there are a few backstops deeper than this where the Raiders play, but still a fairly deep backstop here. That would have been a easy advancement for the runner had it got past him.
And there's a swing and miss. Pull the string a little bit. Get him out in front. 1-1. That one is sharply up the middle and stopped from getting into the outfield, trying to come home, and he's gonna be in as a throw is airmailed by Horton, and runner will advance to second on the play. So kind of an infield single, just rolled right over the bag. Diving play by Horton to stop it, but runner was coming around third, Van Greensven to score. Play to home by Horton is way too high and gets to the backstop, allowing the runner to advance. So after the dust clears, Farmington gets their second run of the inning, and a runner on second with 2 outs. So like we said, Brady was cruising along just, and all of a sudden it's kind of out of nowhere. The error at third base that kind of started all of this, so all of these runs are going to be unearned, but doesn't make the Raiders feel any better being down 2 going into the late innings here, as that pitch is up high and over the batter's head, and Skov almost throws it into center field. Good job by Niederkorn over there to cut it off on the shortstop side of the bag.
Yeah, Gunner, he kind of stopped his motion, and then when he threw it down, it was about 3 steps off the bag, and Niederkorn was able to get over there and make the play. Throwing home, we already gave him 1 base. Could have given him at least 1 more there.
That one's going to get back to the backstop, and Craner is going to be up to third base on the wild pitch, and we were saying pretty much just a few seconds ago, Skov hadn't let one get by him. I believe that is the first one that has gotten to the backstop, and all of a sudden 2 already in for Farmington. Now third run 90 feet away. We are in only the 7-inning ball game, kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Raiders really need an out at this point, as that's down and away 3-0.
That was a beautiful stop.
Yeah.
Got his body completely over there. I wish I had video of that to show. I could, come on YouTube and maybe get a clip of it, show my younger kids that. That was perfect.
Yeah, really getting down on and that and smothering it, and that may have saved a run, as that is outside ball 4. So 4-pitch walk now to Voth, and first and second.
Number 49, Jackson.
That is going to bring up the Leopold, the 3-hitter, who cracked a hard double last time up, so dangerous hitter.
I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was the first walk of the game for Brady.
Yes, you are correct. You are correct.
But now getting through that third time through the lineup, they've seen him a few times. They've seen that off speed that's been fooling them most of the night. You know, they're kind of getting a better adjustment to him.
Comes back with it there to get ahead to Leopold. Catches the outside corner for strike one. Throw over to first and runner gets back. Here's a big cut and a miss, 0-2.
Gunner thought about throwing down to first, decided probably not the right time to do it here, 0-2 with 2 outs.
Yep.
Runner on third as well. You throw that away, that's another run.
Exactly. Trust your pitcher here to make a big pitch. He's in the spot he wants to be in, ahead 0-2, and here it is. And comes with a breaking pitch, but misses it outside and maybe a little bit high at the time. Yeah, to your point from earlier, Derek, I really had no complaints about the umpire's zone behind the plate. I think he's done a really nice job back there so far today. 1-2, runner goes, and that one is lined and can't be handled over at third base by Persky. I thought it was a line drive to him. Came off of his glove. It never got through him, but hit the ground and not able to corral it to make a play, and another run is going to score, and it's 3-0 Farmington. How you want to score that is an interesting question. It was a hard hit ball, but he probably should have made a play on it. It's tough to say. So that would be his second error of the inning.
I will say, listening to the radio station, the varsity games, the boys do all of the scoring in the dugout for varsity. And Andrew always thought the guys were pretty hard on the fielders. So my point being, I think the boys would agree with it being an error. So.
Well, they're always the hardest on themselves, right?
Sure. Well, that's true too. But I don't think they'd probably fight you on that too much.
So 1-1. And that is hit sharply into center field and is going to be down for a base hit. Rounding third, and ball is cut off. 4 runs in for Farmington, and it's 4-0. As all of a sudden they've started knocking around Hendrickson. And still no visit to the mound from anyone.
No visit. Nobody's warming up and nothing. I mean,
Nathan Urbach.
Urbach will be the 9th man to bat this inning. Farmington's got 4 across. As the off speed is in for a strike.
It's interesting decisions the coaches got to think about too with the double elimination tournament. You want to win this game. 100% going to win this game, but you have to be mindful of the rest of the tournament and how you're going to use your pitchers throughout it. Now, I know Charlie Myers threw 77 pitches, I think it was, yesterday for VFW, so he already is not available until Saturday. So there's one of your guys down.
As that is down low. Throw down to third base is not in time. I do believe he got the foot in first before the tag was put down by Persky there.
Yeah, bang play, but I think he was technically safe.
So pitch just gets enough away from scope. Runner did not follow to second base, and now we're going to get a visit at the mound with runners on first and third. 2 outs, but it's been a while that Hendrickson has been searching for this third out. Inning started with an error, a sacrifice bunt, and a strikeout. And then next 5 batters have reached.
That's the other part that can be tough as a coach too. Is this has all happened with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And you're thinking you just need to get 1 out, get out of it. You don't have to worry about getting someone warmed up this inning. Don't want somebody warming up and not putting them into the game maybe in the next inning or so. So it's a little bit more difficult sometimes when you get 2 outs in the inning. But we do have Zach is going to go down and start getting loose at least. Kevin's going to go down to the bullpen with him. So we'll have another option here for the next inning probably. Hopefully Brady can get this batter and get out of the inning.
So Urbach, the ninth batter to face Hendrickson here in this big fifth. 4 already across for Farmington. And I believe it looks like we're at a 2-1 count when the visit came to the mound.
Not a bad time to take it either.
That is popped foul, and I believe that's going to get out of play.
Yeah, go down the hill. Hopefully our snow fence stopped that one. It was 2-1, but I had a close play at third, and the guys kind of thought they maybe had gotten them, and you saw a couple of heads drop, and maybe, it's not a bad time to go out there and talk to them at that point. Zach's still out there throwing off the ground, but he's been able to get 5 or 6 throws in already.
2-2 is up in the air to left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Another run's going to score. Throw in is wide of third base from left field, and that's going to let both runners advance. So another run comes in to score.
Yeah, not only have Farmington pieced together some base hits off Brady this inning, but also, unfortunately, Raiders give him a couple extra bases here. If you throw that into your cutoff, you got runners on the corners as opposed to second and third. I know in high school baseball, a lot of times first and third is going to lead to runners on second and third, but at least make them have to make that play.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Popped up in the infield. Henderson's going to take him in himself, and finally the inning is over. But Farmington puts up a 5 spot in the top of the 5th. Raiders have some work to do. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th in just a minute.
Leading off for Hastings, number 27, Austin Vile.
All right, back for the bottom of the 5th. After being a scoreless game, pitchers do all game long. All of a sudden, Hastings in a 5-run hole here with some work to do in their last 3 trips up to the plate. It's going to start off with Austin Vile, who fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. That's way back to the backstop, 1-1. We will see Holmes was sitting down in the dugout for a very long time there, the lefty pitcher for Farmington, so we'll see if that has any effect on him.
Yeah, hopefully his rhythm, if you're a Raiders fan, of course, his rhythm's not there right now, and missed pretty wildly in the last 2 pitches here.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-1 to Vile. And that's a strike across that is fouled back and out of play by Vile. 2-2. Two and two is once again way outside and back to the backstop. Full count.
Yeah, I'm not sure what pitch that is, but it looked like it was the same exact pitch he tried to throw earlier that got to the backstop.
Yeah, so. I think he just completely missed his release point or something because, yeah, just way high and wide. Payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. So good AB by Vile, getting Hastings a leadoff base runner. It's something they definitely need here. All of a sudden down big.
Yeah, and turns the lineup over, and you got a lot of your top hitters coming up here. Nice job by Austin. He almost always takes a good at-bat.
So third time through the lineup was the charm for Farmington against Hendrickson. See if Hastings can have similar success seeing Holmes for the third time as he pumps a strike into Brady. Strike 1. And that catches the corner, so 0-2 now. Holmes up quickly.
And you got your first baseman on first, and down 5. It kind of takes some of the running chances out of play for the Raiders that they normally like to run.
That is fouled back and out of play. Count holds 0-2. At this point, I think, down 5 runs, you're probably just looking for a couple of base runners anyway and see if you can scratch at least a couple across, at least put a little bit of dent into this inning, as that's fouled off to the right, not a play.
Oh, nice catch there. Fan sitting down on the picnic table, just sitting there, made the catch.
Nice, very impressive.
Yeah, Brady, I think that one was a ball 1, but down this situation down 0-2, you don't want to take anything if you're not sure. Just get a piece of it and foul it off.
Yep. That one's outside. Snap throw down to first base, and diving back in safely is Vile. Was a close play, but kind of the first baseman got turned around a little bit, I think, trying to lay that tag down.
Yeah, he kind of throw that glove around his body almost to make the tag. And
that one is hit sharply out to left center field. It is hanging up there, and it's going to be put away out in center field. He stumbles a little bit, but does hold on to the ball, and Vile will have to retreat to first. Hendrickson stung it, but Urbach able to run it down. There's one away.
Now by number 10, Lucas Niederkorn.
One away. Here's Niederkorn. Walk and a fly out in 2 trips. 0 for 1. Throw over to first, and Vile dives back.
not that these teams play each other often, but I'm a little surprised he's so concerned with Austin over at first base. See if
and first pitch to Niederkorn is outside for a ball.
yeah, we'll see if he can, that attention he's spending on Austin, maybe he's not using it on Niederkorn. Maybe,
sure.
Maybe he can get a base hit here.
That one is just one hop to second base. Only play is to first, so Vile will advance to scoring position, but Farmington gets the second out of the inning. Just kind of a little looper, and second baseman stayed back to take it on a hop. This point in the game, up 5, you're just going to take the surest out you can get.
Yeah, it's 7-inning game. They just need 7. The Raiders only have 7 more outs here, down 5.
So it's up to Scove. Runner is in scoring position as that pitch is outside for a ball. Chopped over to shortstop, and Vile is kind of able to get in the way of the shortstop and cause that ball to go through into left field. It's going to be a base hit, and Vile comes around to score. So good base running play there. He just kind of stopped to A, almost avoid the ball, but B, he got in the way of the shortstop as well. They're going to check to see if that was intentional interference, I think is what they're going to look for. I think he was trying to avoid the ball, like waiting for it to pass before going by it, rather than intending to be in front of the fielder. I think that's what Hastings would argue on the play anyway, but and that's what Farmington, I'm assuming, is going to argue the opposite. We'll see what happens.
Well, and that's a hard thing to call in the first place because if you're a base runner, you time it so you're hopping over
Right.
that thing.
Yep.
And in their vision every time you can.
As long as you're not stopping and intentionally standing in front of him, I think. And I think that's what they're saying there. It's incidental. Vile comes around to score. He did, like we said, time it very well, and he kind of had to almost wait for that ball to roll in front of him before continuing. So managed to get in the shortstop's way, and Hastings does get one back. That one is poked to right field and is going to be through for a base hit for McKnight. So Hastings showing a little bit of life here with 2 outs, middle of the lineup. Getting a little bit of a rally going. 1 already in and 2 on for Persky now.
And while they were discussing that previous play, Grant Johnson and running for the catcher Scove. Gunner's not no slow guy himself, but Grant is very fast. And we don't, he's a Measville kid. We try not to hold that against him. But
that is hit sharply out to center field. Diving play made out in center field by Urbach. He's been really good out there. He's taken a couple of hits away from the Raiders, and that one, if that had gotten by him, that might have been 2. So Urbach able to get a sliding catch, and Hastings is retired in the bottom of the 5th inning. We're through 5 complete. Raiders get 1, but still trail by 4. We'll be right back. Okay, Kiefer, Boyd, and Van Grinsen, 7, 8, 9, due up for Farmington here in the 6th. Sporting a 5-run lead, or 4-run lead, 5-1. First pitch is up in the air to right center field. It's going to be, I think that was McKnight that runs it down for out number 1.
Brady did come back out this inning. We're discussing off air, being it's a 4-run game, he might bring him back out as opposed to if it was, the Raiders got that hit in and it was 5-3 and it was closer, then maybe you make a move.
Right, like I say, you're working on multiple things at once, is obviously trying to give yourself the best chance you can for this game without without really hampering yourself for the rest of the tournament. Because then if you end up losing and you use another valuable pitcher and still end up losing, then you're really kind of putting yourself behind the 8 ball.
Especially with this tournament being 4 straight days as well. There's no off days or anything, of course. So Brady's probably not going to be available until Saturday if the Raiders are able to advance.
3-hopper over to second, across to first. Niederkorn to Vile, 2 away.
Batting number 64, Gio Van Vincent.
The other thing, too, with this tournament is if you have to play 4 or more games, you're going to have, probably need an extra guy who's not generally a starter to start a game as well. So
First pitch to Van Grinzen misses low ball one. The 9-hitter, this is the one that hit that hard double against Hendrickson last inning, and that one is hit pretty well again, but poking foul. Hit that big double last inning to get the first run in for Farmington and really kind of open the door to get back to the top of the lineup. And the next 6 guys reached, and that one is up in the air to center. McKnight's got it. Quick 1-2-3 inning for the Raiders defensively in the top of the 6th. We will head to the bottom. Hastings down by 4. We'll be right back.
Xander McVicker.
Bottom 6, Xander McVicker, to start it off for Hastings. He has reached twice, singled, and walked. So 1 for 1 so far. His 3rd trip. That is off the end of the bat. Foul. Chasing as a third baseman. He will not be able to get there. It's going to be strike 2.
Farmington defense flying all over the place out there. He third baseman is only 2-3 steps away from that ball, and so
yeah, they've definitely got some guys with some range out there. I've seen the first baseman as well has gotten to the fence a couple of times on fly balls over there. Obviously, the center fielder has made a couple of nice plays to foil the Raiders on some well-struck balls.
Looks like the Raiders got a different pitcher warming up down in the dugout this time.
1-2 is strike 3 called, and McVicker is retired. I think it was about letter high. McVicker was asking him about it.
Tough pitch there. We're biased here. I thought it was a little high, but same point again. 2 strikes. You only got 6 outs left in the game, and
right.
Don't really want to put it in the umpire's hands.
That is down and away to Werner. 0 for 2 so far. Popped foul and out of play. Down and away, 2-1.
It's Colton McKnight warming up in the bullpen for the Raiders now.
Thank you, Derek. Holmes, the lefty, still in for Farmington. He's gone the whole way so far as that one's fouled straight back to the backstop, 2-2. And strike three called outside corner, and Werner is retired. So 2 straight down looking for Hastings in the bottom of the 6th.
Another close one, and now, yeah, as you said, 2 down. We're quickly to 4 outs left here, down 4 runs. Definitely going to need a big rally here if we're going to do anything in the 6th inning.
So Horton will get a chance, and first pitch to him is grounded to shortstop, gobbled up, thrown across, and the Raiders go down quietly in the 6th. Well, we're heading to the 7th and final inning. Hastings is going to need a rally, down 4. We'll be right back. All right, top of the 7. It's going to be Hendrickson out here. Has gone the whole way. Will face the top of Farmington's order yet again. And first pitch to Hunter Craner is a ball and then a strike. Five runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Farmington. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 3 pretty big ones for Hastings. Really kind of opened up that big 5-run 5th, which is the difference. Off speed is across, 2-2. That big breaking ball again managed to paint the outside corner. Two and 2 is chopped down to third base. Persky's got to throw across, not in time. And Craner's able to beat it out for an infield single.
Nice dig out there by Austin, but just a half step, maybe too slow for the Raiders. Now Farmington with a chance to maybe even increase their lead if the leadoff base hitter, or leadoff base runner, excuse me.
Yeah, hit pretty sharply down to third, and Persky kind of had to wait back on it for a hop, and just not quite enough time. Fielded it cleanly, but just not enough quite time to get it over there and get the leadoff hitter. Is coming down the first base line pretty hard, and that one is skied to center field. McKnight's got it, 1 away. Here's Leopold with 1 down. Runner goes. Throw down to second base is in time.
Beautiful throw there by Gunner. I think he might have tapped him even on the helmet. Very close play there. But Scove with a great throw, just on a line.
Almost perfect. Just kind of hopped into, I believe it was Horton's who received it, and just kind of bounced right in, and the runner's head slid right into it. Just got that little one hop right at the end, just like you want. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Perfectly on the right side of the bag and everything. Just a perfect throw.
Swing and a miss, strike three. So Hendrickson does what he can, faces the minimum three, and gets another 0 on the board and to the bottom of the seventh. Raiders will need 4 to tie it and 5 to walk it off here, so big hill to climb. We'll see what they can do in the bottom of the seventh in just a minute. Okay, bottom seven, last crack for the Raiders, and Austin Vial will start it off. Walked his last time up, grounded out in the third, 0 for 1, takes a ball. And inside, 2-0. This is Andy Holmes, number 45, the lefty, still on the hill, has gone the whole way. Only 3 hits and a single run for the Raiders against him so far. There's a pitch across the outside corner to Vial, 2-1, excuse me.
Yeah, they're not going to be cute about it. They're going to use him the whole game if they can, it looks like.
Down and in, 3-1.
You'd think, you get over 80 pitches and then he'd be done for the tournament. And as good as he's pitched, it'd be a shame that you can't use him again.
Sure. And swing and perhaps a foul tip getting a piece of it, but either way, it's 3-2. Payoff pitch to Vial is up high, and Vial walks for the second time tonight. Came around to score the Raiders' only run back in the 5th inning. So he will have to score the first of a few if Hastings is going to pull something out, and we're going to get a pinch runner over at first base. Is that Riker Ackley, 25?
It is Riker Ackley coming in to pinch run for Austin.
Number 25, Riker Ackley. Now batting number 2, Brady Hendrickson.
That's on that, but the nice thing about having Austin down in the 9th spot is when he comes up at the beginning of the inning like that, it's having another leadoff hitter in a way because he's so patient at the plate.
Yep, reached twice today. So that'll turn it over to Hendrickson. That is popped up into right field, and it's going to be put away for out number 1. So Hendrickson flies out.
Next batter number 10, Lucas Niederkorn.
That's going to bring up Niederkorn, fly out, walk, and a ground out. So 0 for 2. 0-1 is hit the other way to left field, but it's hanging up there and going to be put away for out number 2. So quickly 2 down after the leadoff walk.
Yeah, down 4, you get a leadoff walk, and then we swing at the first pitch in the next 2 at bats. And it's you kind of like to see him maybe try to put a little pressure on this pitcher, make him throw some strikes, and swing 1 pitch, 2 outs.
Sure.
And now we're down to our last out here already.
And Scove is going to represent the last chance for the Raiders. Takes one high and tight for a ball. And that's on the outside corner at the knees. Popped foul, out of play, 1-2. So Hastings down to their last strike.
Yeah, and Riker over still at first base, down 4. You don't want to make that obvious last out in the game running. So a little more speed over there, but he'd be staying there.
1-2, outside corner called strike 3, and that is your ball game.
Yeah, unfortunately, Raiders took a lot of close pitches late in the game and got rung up, I think, 3 times.
Yes, only 1 strikeout for Holmes before that, and like you say, he gets 3 backwards Ks in the last 2 innings, and Hastings goes down quietly in the 7th after that leadoff walk. So Holmes will get the win, Hendrickson will get the loss. Farmington wins their 2nd straight game of this tournament, and the Raiders will have to climb their way back onto the losers' side, Derek.
Yeah, if you want to make a 4th straight state tournament appearance, we're going to have to win out the rest of this tournament going through the back door, as they say. And the one positive is you only used 1 pitcher tonight, so they got that. Brady's done for the tournament pitching. We know that. He can concentrate on playing shortstop the rest of the tournament, and
it's
go
gonna,
from there.
Yep, it's going to be 3 or 4 in a row, though. You're going to probably have to. Is it 4 in a row that you're going to have to win to get back through, or is it 3?
I don't have the bracket in front of me, so I hate to say the wrong thing, but yeah, it's 3 or 4, and it's going to be. Obviously got a lot more pressure on you with the 1 loss. You can't afford to lose. But we do have Lundstrom. We do have Drew. We do have Zach. We have some guys that can throw the ball, and they have a chance still, but it's definitely going to be a lot more difficult now.
Do we have the time and opponent of their next game, Bruce?
They are playing at 4:30 tomorrow against Eastridge.
4:30 tomorrow against Eastridge.
And it's 4:30 tomorrow here as well, so it will be at Vets.
4:30 at Vets tomorrow. So as to if we're going to be able to get the game stream again, check your socials, and we will certainly be letting you know. Follow the Hastings Hawks page or Legion Post 47 page. We'll probably, I would imagine, send or repost or whatever if we are able to get somebody on the call. But that is going to do it for tonight's game. Hastings loses it to Farmington 5-1. Any final thoughts, Derek?
It was one big inning, but the Raiders scored their run in the 5th as well. But a 5-1 game, couple errors, but Farmington did kind of wait out Brady. They did end up with 8 hits off him, which is not bad, but it's, a hit per inning or so. Just that one long rally, we gave them a couple extra outs. They kind of sat back on that breaking ball and hit some decent line drives, that big double off the wall as well. And on top of that, then, pitching and defense, there's the difference is the Raiders have 3 errors in the field. Yeah,
credit to Andy Holmes, the lefty from Farmington as well. 1 run on 3 hits, complete game W for Farmington. That'll do it for tonight. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. For Derek Simon, Johnny Stocker, have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye.